You're welcome to Winners Win podcast. We here at episode 2. I'm your host, Coach Stan. I got my elite co-host with me, as usual. Um, Mike, Philly Hoop Group. Let's give it up for my guy.
What's up?
And we also got Rare, from Rare Footage. Let's give it up for my boy. So today, I'm gonna try not to be on too much like groupie mode, y'all, because it's like one of my favorite basketball players ever to come out the city. And just in general, honestly, be truthful.
Living legend.
Yeah, super living legend. We definitely got a legend up here. Definitely a legend coming out of Strawberry Mansion. Was a CIAA Player of the Year at Shaw, as well as Division II Player of the Year. Got drafted number 42 to the Milwaukee Bucks. Played for many NBA teams, Seattle Sonics, played for Cleveland Cavaliers, Atlanta Hawks, played for Charlotte, played for Indiana, I think. Yep. And played for Detroit Pistons. I'm probably missing another team or two. Two of them, but we'll get to that. I'm going off of memory. I'm sorry for that though, y'all. But definitely let's give it up for a Philadelphia legend, Ronald Flip Murray, y'all. Big hand from the ball.
Appreciate y'all
Welcome
having
to the
me. Thank you,
podcast,
thank
bro.
you. Appreciate y'all having me.
Welcome to the podcast, OG.
Flip, man, thanks for joining us on this podcast. Question: what part of the city you from?
North. Well, all parts of North. You gotta think. While I was coming up, my mom parents, they was from Crosstown, so I used to be in Crosstown when I was a young boy. My mom lived in Logan. My step pop, they all from Strawberry Mansion area. So as I was young, this is all the areas I was at. So I used to stay here, and there. So originally North, though, everything North.
Love. When did you first notice that you was a little better than your peers at the game? And then when did you realize you could really do something with it? Like, yo, I really want to take this somewhere.
Far as professionally?
Professional or like school-wise and professionally? Like, just when did you realize, like, yo, I got it?
Well, younger, it wasn't even no thought about it. You should just play just to play. You know what I mean? It wasn't me thinking about, when you're a young boy, you always think about going to the league. You want to go to the NBA, but it wasn't something that was in store to me until I really got to meet my college coach who invited me to come to Shaw, who told me from the gate when he met me that I was a pro. And that if I come and do what he tells me to do for 2 years, he was going to get me to the league. So I didn't really start looking into that until I left here for Philly. I was going to community, and I went to Shaw. So prior to that, though, we just play. You know what I'm saying? Just balling.
Right.
Got you. Like on Flip, you even up to today, like you playing in every league in the city, north, south, uptown. You done played like everywhere. Is that a way, like, because like I said, that's not just a hype up when I introduce you as a legend. You a guy that like from Philadelphia to the NBA. When I done heard Gilbert Arenas or just someone around the way, when you bring up Flip, people don't play with your name like that. How did you become like a guy that was like the guy next door, but like everyone knows Flip? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, boys, he that guy. What I'm saying is like, what leagues did you play in? Did you like play all over the city as a young boy, or did you keep it kind of local?
Well, as a young boy, you got to think when I was in Logan, me and my guys used to be like 4 or 5 of us all the time. Like we all played together in every league when we was young boys.
Right.
But we used to, pack our bags up, get on our bikes. We used to ride the different hoods and just find courts and just ball. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
We didn't roll all the way down West Philly from Logan. We didn't roll down Crosstown from Logan, you know what I'm saying, on our bikes just to go get some wrecking. So that's the thing that we used to do when we was young boys, just to get some wrecking, go play at different neighborhoods, go play at different basketball courts, stuff like that. As we start getting older, start carrying on the leagues now. Now we start going to play in different leagues in different areas and different hoods and stuff like that. So it was just something we did when we was young boys to get, play against different competition, not playing against the same competition in our hood. We used to play against the old heads in our hood. We weren't playing against young boys. We used to play against the old heads, you know what I'm saying? So we used to just go around the city, just play against different competition just to try to get some different records.
Y'all was getting wins?
For sure. For sure. They'll tell y'all. You got to think, I stepped down 16th Street at 14.
Yeah.
That's true. I was going to get to that.
Speaking of catching record different areas of the city, what leagues did you play in growing up, like younger days? Like what leagues you played in?
Powell. We played Nationals, Powell.
Sunny Hill?
Sunny Hill. Played Sunny Hill for a little stint. I played Sunny Hill. Once I started getting to Sunny Hill, I was in school.
Okay.
But as far as young, Police Athletic League, Played nationals. We won championship nationals with Police Athletic League, 13 under, 12 and under. Crosstown Hard Strength League, where I was at 8th and Cumberland when I started at. That's where I first started playing ball at. Trying to see all over league. I mean, it was a gang of league. We had some.
What was the biggest league. Summer league? Like, what was the I gotta go and play here? Like, this is the league. Like when you were younger and you seen all the old heads, what was the summer league like? Yeah, I gotta leave my print here.
16th Street. For sure, 16th Street.
33rd to 16th Street.
16th, then 33rd. Even though the Mecca is our home,
right?
16th, we ain't gonna disrespect 16th Street.
Right.
16th Street, 33rd Street, for sure.
Who were some of the legends you seen play out there or heard that played out there before you?
Prior to me getting out there, well, you know, I came up under Sad, so that's my OJ. My brother played down there, so from North, that's who we looked up to as far as the basketball world was Sad. But I didn't know too much about it. I mean, when Champ came to me when he had the team toss it up, young boy, you want to come hoop with us, whatever? Yeah, I'm cool. I just want to come down there and hoop. I didn't really know too much history of 16th Street and nothing like that. Went down there and just played with them for the first year, and then after that, just went from there.
Speaking of like your memories and just like coming up, when's the first time you dunked the ball to your memory, and when's the first time you dunked on somebody?
It both happened at the same time.
Oh, both. Dang, that's a great.
Talk heavy, huh?
Omni Powell. I told you we was the biggest, the old head.
Who was it?
I'm not gonna put my OG out there. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna state his name.
I asked you that
I'm not gonna state his name. I'm not gonna state his name, but I'm gonna tell you the details about it though. So we played at Omni Powell. That was the power we grew up at. That's the power we played for as far as nationals and citywide and all that. We went to Omni Powell. We was in Logan, but on our side of Logan, our power was called Omni. Other side where Leek Moore and all of them was from. Other side of Board Street.
So y'all not from the same power?
No, they from Logan Powell.
Okay, gotcha.
We from Omni Powell. The way our gym is set up, it's a little entry. Once you come down the steps, you come right into the gym. So it's like a little walkway before you leave out, little water fountain and stuff like that. We only got 2 courts. Real small gym. Our gym is really not that big, low ceiling, whatever. But 14, when I finally realized I could dunk, we playing against the old heads, playing against the OGs pickup game. And I don't know if it was the adrenaline or whatever it was. When I came on a break, I just took off. They didn't realize I was going to dunk, but once I realized I was up that high, I just go ahead and went and finished it and flushed it. My OG fall in the hallway, hit the water fountain and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's when, once they seen that, that's when they really like start giving me my, my praise, my dues, like, all right, young boy, for real, with this basketball shit, you know what I mean?
So you say that moment might have given you like that stint, like
not the stint, but it was like, damn, young boy, for real, you know what I'm saying? Like
he outside.
You know what I mean? He can ball, so I think that's what really like stamped it. That once I started doing that, once I did that the first time, then it was like, all right, fuck that, I'm trying to dunk everything now from here on out, you know what I mean?
All right, now it's fire. And speaking of Powley, I just want to shout out my old head, man. Rest in peace, Tyrone Crawley, man. Powley legend. He ran one of the Powleys down North Philly, man. Just shout out to him.
Yes, sir. Rest in peace,
Yeah, so just speaking on, I want to go back to like the 16th Street because that, I'm telling you, Flip is a laid back. I listened to him in another interview. He don't get starstruck. So he's like downplaying him play with Toss It Up. So just to like, not just educate y'all, but educate like, the younger people that may be watching this. Toss It Up was the team. Like it was the team to play on. Down 6th Street. They had their own theme music. Like when they come through, literally like the DJ come through.
DJ, everything.
he play the music. Yeah. No other team gets that when he's wrapping up once they done. Like, you understand what I mean? Everybody out there, obviously the headline was Sad Eye. Who's just, I let Flip answer that, but our old heads, that's their GOAT out of Philly. Somebody might, I'm telling you, a lot of people might say, man, I'm taking Sad Eye with Will Chamberlain. It's that serious. Like, you understand what I mean? That's how Sad Eye's looked at. Obviously, they had Hot Rod had a crazy handle, tough guard. We all know Uncle Ayo, who's still outside. That's my boy. Had Nar Stewart, who coached at Gratz now. Nar Stewart was, Nar Stewart was a player of the year. I'm just saying, it's a whole bunch of people like Flip saying, they're all older than Flip. So him coming to playing on that team at what you said, like 15, 16?
15, I think it was 15 when I got out there, 15.
Like, and what I'm saying is it's Worcester. Like, don't get it twisted. Yeah, it's good basketball, but we all know girls, if girls are there, the ball is going to be there. Yeah, the ball is going to be there. They like their games was the games. Like when people think of 16th Street, obviously think of them. Obviously, they think of people before like Hank Gathers on them, but they think of their team. So I just don't want to downplay that. When you talked about like 16th Street and playing for Toss It Up, what was like your experience being a young boy? Like when you first got out there, was you shook? Was you like, damn, like I'm out here with Sad Eye, who's a living walking legend right now? Is it, or was it just like, yo, I'm out here, like I'm out here?
No, I mean, I'm be honest with you. When I first got out there, I was scared of shit. I ain't gonna hold you. My legs. I remember when I first got on the court, and
That's
you
crazy.
know, when you looking around, you see everybody in the stands, and I remember my knees was just shaking. You know what I'm saying? I just got in the game, and I was like, damn. All right, chill out, boy. I mean, like, what's going on? Like,
Right,
I couldn't
right.
stop it. You know what I'm saying? But once once you get the basketball, touch the basketball, whatever, you make a play or whatever, that shit like go away.
Yeah.
And then it's just basketball. You just play from there. You get your first bucket or whatever, your first steal, whatever it might be, to take the nervousness away. It's gone. But once I first got out there though, for sure, nervous, super nervous.
Was you getting treated like a nut? I'm talking about like by Sad Eye. I don't mean like a nut, but I'm
Never.
saying like you the young boy, like go to the corner, like we got you.
Never.
Got you.
Like I said, my brother and Sad was like this. So
Okay,
I mean, that's like onk to me for real. So he invited me out there. He invited me into the park to 33rd Street when I first started playing out there.
Okay.
That's how I got the Strawberry Mansion. I played with 30th for Norris, which he had his own team, 14 under. He put me on his team.
Okay.
So that's how I got recognized out there by playing the 33rd Diamond by Mark Starling. That's how I got the Big
Andy, my
Big
God.
Andy.
That's our assistant coach at Mansion, a legend back that way. Really good dude. Shout out Big Andy though.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Mansion, you went to Strawberry Mansion High School. What was it like there? Like, what was your Mansion days like on the court and off the court?
Well, you got to think my freshman year I was at the G. I was at Germantown.
Okay.
So I didn't play ball my first year. I actually tried to play football my freshman year, and
how did that work out?
It was cool. I mean, football is football. I always played Little League. I played for West Oak Lane ever since I was a young boy, from like 8 to 13. Wide receiver. Wide receiver, backup quarterback. But once Sad brought me to play down 33rd and Diamond with the 1400 for 30 for Norris. That's when I met Andy. Andy was like, yo, we could use somebody like you at Mansion. What's your situation? Blase. We chopped it up. Like I said, my stepfather was from down there, so I had to use my grandma's address to get down there. So I used their address to go down there and play. And once I got the Mansion, well, I didn't even play that much my first year. I was down there my sophomore year. I didn't even play that much.
What the fuck y'all had that you ain't there? Ronald Flip Murray ain't play.
All seniors, except for Sean.
But kids need to hear that.
Henny, my old head, Henny on some
the
bull.
parents
Freshman year, not playing.
I'm leaving Henny alone. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Right, you got to think.
So you didn't play your freshman year? Parents.
Freshman year, I didn't play basketball at all. I was at Germantown. I didn't play basketball at all. Once I transferred the beginning of my sophomore year to go to Mansion. Okay. But like I said, once I got there, you got to think 2 guard position was a senior, 3 guard. Small forward position was a senior. Power forward senior was all it was all seniors. Yeah. Only person that wasn't a senior was Sean, which was he was a junior now. So he was a junior there, but he was our starting point guard. Okay. So we got time, you know what I mean? Me, Buzz, we played here and there, 8-10 minutes like that.
So
game.
Buzz playing as a freshman now.
Right, Buzz freshman when I get there.
Right.
So we didn't play significant minutes, but we played here and there, you know, probably blowout games, something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? He'll put us in, but I mean, we got our games in the practice by going against them in practice and stuff like that. So we had to work our way up to where we got so far as us being, you know, like the top players on the team, but it was all worth it because at the time it helped us get better as our sophomore year. So then my junior year came, we starting now. Buzz sophomore, I'm a junior. We both started now with basics, and he is senior now. So he like our big brother right at the time, and he leading the show for sure. We just playing behind him. So it was cool though. We had a lot of fun playing at Mansion, dog. You know what I'm saying? You already know the members we put up, you know, the games, the highlights we had. But for us to play against, I think at that era when we was in that 90 era, we played against some good talent. Some of the top players that you could say ever came out of basketball for real, playing in the public league. From that 94 era to that 97 era, it was real basketball.
Name a few of those guys that like came up your era that played in the pub.
I would just name a couple guys that really stood out to me. I'm gonna say my sophomore year, starting from South Philly, you got Jermaine Barlow. He was at South Philly. Let me see. U City and them, they had Brooklynboro and the guys. Davis, who I think was super, super tough.
I hear that name all the time.
Davis.
Yo, my pop said he came through Mansion one time.
He was 40.
But yeah, he said,
gave us 40.
that's the best player I ever seen in high school.
I heard that name a lot. Yad
Davis. A lot of people don't show like Yad enough love.
He used to go at Kobe.
Yad Davis was super tough, man. Yeah. He was super tough, man. I'm missing a lot of people, bro. I just gotta go back through and look at the teams and everybody.
So I can help him out. Like you said, just around that time. You got Leak Moore, like he talked about.
Leak Moore, King.
Right. You got Leak Moore. Obviously, you got Lynn.
Lynn was 97. He my class.
He is class. But I'm just saying, just around that joint, Lynn was playing early. So
I'm trying to think about all the people that was like when I was a young boy. This is like my sophomore year.
Got you. So
I really didn't play that my sophomore
95.
year. 94 year. Like 94, 95 year.
So,
like
matter of fact, no, Jace Lawson 93.
But, yeah, 93 for sure.
Yeah, but Reds was still at Gratz at 94.
Reds I'm all right. Well, I ain't gonna say 94. 94 is my freshman year. I ain't played. 95, 96, 97. I graduated 97.
That's Terrell Stokes.
Who was she? Yeah.
93.
That's a classic year. That's a classic year.
Yeah, they 93.
97, 93, 2004. Those are some of my favorite classes.
You seen that era to them. Was you consider like your era or the era before you? Was that the golden year of basketball, you think?
I'm gonna say 90s was.
90s.
No matter what era. I'm
the
gonna
90s,
say
90s
yeah.
I'm gonna just say 90s period. You know what I'm saying? It was we had some nice talent in the city, and we had some real basketball going on in the city at the time.
Yeah.
Like the shit was for real, for real. You know what I mean? You couldn't just be coming out there just to be out there. You had to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to put on to get
it wasn't for the cameras. And
right. You had to put on to get a game. I mean, get a name, you had to put on. You had to show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not just, all right, this such and such, I can throw him up here. All right, now he got a buzz, he this, that. No.
Yeah.
You had to be somebody for
And speaking on some of the guys that you played with and played against, I just want to ask you a question, just as a fan, take away as being a player. What was a better duo, you and Buzz or JK and Marv at Gratz?
That was our rivalry.
Yeah, I know that was your rivalry. That's why we wanted to ask.
You already know.
So you mean? So,
I'm not gonna be biased and nothing like that. If anybody talk to me, and they always ask me like who was our like best players and stuff like that in my class 97. First two names I bring up every time is Jared Karras and Lynn Greer. At that time in high school, the game where that game was at in high school, it was like they was playing at a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? They was way more poised, way more skilled, and they understood the game way more better. It might have something to do with, with Gratz. They played everywhere though. They played nationally, they played all around the world. So they played against all different type of competition. But as far as our matchup, I was taking me and Buzz all day over them for sure. That was our rivalry though. But we always gave them their respect. We always respected them. That combo right there was lethal. And us playing against them, we never had a chance to beat them in high school. So we went 0-2 against them. We lost to them my junior year at Gratz. Then we lost to them in the Final Four my senior year to go to the chip.
That was the golden days of the pub, man. A lot of these kids don't really understand, you know what I mean? Like what it was really like back then. And speaking of that, it's in your opinion, just in the 90s, if you took y'all to pub against the Catholic League, who coming out on top?
You talking about the Catholic League today?
The Catholic League in the 90s.
No, the Catholic League in the 90s.
Yeah.
Catholic League was tough too. Catholic League
was
was tough too, but the
though.
pub was, you said the whole 90s?
Yep.
Oh, pub all day.
Yeah,
Easy. But the Catholic League was tough too. Catholic League was super tough. But the whole 90s, just a lot of talent came from the pub.
Because a lot of the inner city kids were still at public school.
Yeah, it wasn't at the point where everybody merging out there and they go play Catholic League.
Outside of
like
Roman.
Everybody stayed where they were at. Right.
I'm
Roman
just talking
always
about like the private
They
schools.
always
Like
had-
they came in and like swooped up a lot of our kids that would be in public schools.
Right.
Yeah.
Roman always had a squad though.
And then just add on to that, just like how like the Catholic League has the quote unquote reputation of having a better crowd now, like
right.
hecklers and
Let's talk about the Civic Center and all that stuff in the 90s.
But in the pub, like it was like raw energy, if that makes sense. Like, you understand what I mean? Like me and Flip know, like Strawberry Mansion is like one of the toughest places you play and forget in the city in life. Like, because not only is
it's tight, it's loud,
it's packed,
right.
and it's aggressive. Like dudes in there,
very aggressive.
The gym's small. If you inbound the ball, the crowd right behind you.
Yeah, somebody calling you a whole bunch of
cameras.
Yeah, like they getting at you and just is and it's just a passion from it. So, and I say all that to say, like, even so, like something small is like, when I say the Buzz and the Flip show or the Flip and the Buzz show, they had songs made up about them. That's what I'm saying. Like in this era, young boys would be like, oh, you glazing or whatever the situation. No, people, their peers and people that were older were out there saying, "We'll always love Flip Murray." That's like that Biggie song. Like it's just just so. I know you're a laid back guy. I know you're not like you don't never get too high, never get too low, but just hearing that love, like the love that you get from the Strawberry Mansion section, like how do you like feel about that?
That's a great feeling. I ain't gonna lie. It's because of them the reason why we went out there and did what we did on the court. You know what I'm saying? You're getting that type of support every game you at, they there, you see them there. Knowing that if anything goes wrong, anything get out of pocket, y'all know what time it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they'll let us know right there. You already know. So
at the court,
just to get that type of love to be out there on the court. I mean, our mission is to go out there and let's put on for our people, you know what I'm saying? They showing us love like this. We gotta go out there and put on.
Yo, shout out my boy Nick Price too.
My guy. Price. My guy.
I asked Nick for the songs. He was like, yo, saying I got you. He ain't sent me the songs, but Nick Price, I think he might be the one that made up them. That was like the name on me. Price is the one that made up the songs.
For sure.
Price, you nut ass nigga.
For sure.
My boy.
So Flip, Strawberry Mansion retired your jersey.
Yes.
It took a long time for him to retire it. Like, did you feel some type of way it took that long? And when they did finally retire, what was the feel of you getting your jersey hung in the rafters?
Never felt no type of way. I mean, whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna take its place.
I did.
It's gonna take its course, you know what I'm saying? And at the time I wasn't even thinking about it for real, because I was busy doing what I had to do.
Right.
I was playing professionally and doing this and that. But once they did hit me up and let me know, actually shout out to my brother, Kit, he the one who really made it really happen. You know what I'm saying? For them to put it out there and make it happen.
Kit, my guy, it's my old head.
So he really wanted to put it out there, and you know what I mean? So it's time for Flip to get his jersey up in there. Reese was already up there, and he really was the one to really push the buttons to make it happen, because he really knew the connections to make it happen. So once they made it happen, you know, I was really appreciative of it. I was proud, happy about it. I had already had my jersey retired in junior college. Now I had my jersey retired at Shaw. Now it's retired at Strawberry Mansion. So all the schools I played at, I had my number up in the rafters.
Cool.
That's a legend. Let's give it up for Flip.
Yeah,
Retired 3 different stops. That's heavy.
It's an amazing impact that you made, man. But let's talk about your Shaw days, man. And honestly, like, you know, when your coach let you know, like, yo, you were pro, and the moment you got there, did you believe him? And like, what was the journey kind of just going from like Division II to making it all the way to the NBA?
Well, I had to do my homework on him at first, because at the time when I met him, this is when we used to go down Central and play. When we used to do open runs at Central.
Okay.
We used to play at Central every morning. All the OGs, I used to play all the old heads, shit like that. And every morning we used to go to Central and play, you know, open runs, get some record, 3-4 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Our coach actually came down to see JK. And me and JK was happened to be in the gym at the same time while we was playing. So after I got finished playing, he pulled me to the side, you know, asked me what's my situation, what's my name, this blase. He said, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, he said, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're a pro. He said, I'm about to be the head coach down at Shaw University. I was the coach here at Mount Zion. I coached such and such, such and such. I did this. I sent this person to the league. I got this person to the league. You come to Shaw University 2 years, you know what I mean? Do what I asked you to do. Take care of business. I can get you to the league. All right, sounds good. Country boy, country as shit. He come with this country has voice. You know what I'm saying? All right, boy, all right. I mean,
yeah,
I ain't
Ronald.
really take him serious. You know what I mean? Hey, Flip and all this shit. You know what I mean? So, all right. I took him in notice. I said, all right, that's what's up. Went back. Actually hollered at my mom. Told my mom I might have a situation where I go play school. Have a chance to go play ball at school. So she said, all right, well, weigh your options, see what it is, So I got back in contact with him. All right, let's make it happen. Immediately we left. I left Philly a week and a half later. I was down in North Carolina. Everybody that he's recruiting and try to bring us into play this year. We all together now. We stand in a little house in Durham, North Carolina. And, you know, we doing workouts every morning, getting up lifting weights. We playing together, get some free rec in so we can start getting familiar with one another and stuff like that. And then it just went from there. And he was a man of his word. I'm going to say that. He was a man of his word.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's not like somebody promising you something and then actually fulfilling on that. Of course, it takes your work behind it as well, but you know, it's all just a good situation. So during your time at Shaw, like, what was your most memorable moments? Like when you just think about your time there, like what stands out the most?
Us winning the CIAA tournament for the first time ever in Shaw University history.
That's amazing.
People don't know how big that is, the CIAA tournament.
Right. Yeah, no, it's jumping.
Especially at that time.
Yeah. CIAA, big boy basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. You got to think, you know, the arenas would be sold out. It was like 20,000 in there. So, you know, CIAA, I didn't really know too much about it before I got there. I started learning the history of it once I got there and how big it was, because I didn't really know anything about it. But once we got there, like my first year there, we ended up having to buy the first round, and then we lost to our in-city rivals quarterfinals. So that really, like, it threw us off for real, because we really wanted to go down there and win the CIAA.
Who was that, Fayetteville?
No, St. Augustine.
Yeah.
So I probably left y'all with a sour taste, probably.
Yeah, for sure. Especially we beat them during the regular season, then they come out and they beat us in a tournament. It was like a major loss for us, for real, because our expectations were win CIAA. This is what our coaches started us from the gate when we first got in there. We here to win the CIAA. So once we lost that, it was like, damn, all right, what we do now? It's my next year coming up. It's my senior year. I got with the coaches. Sat down with them. What we going to do for our next year? What you think we need to do? Well, all right, I think we need this type of piece on our team. We need this on our team. You know what I'm saying? We need such and such to get out of here. He fucking us up.
Get your bum ass out of here.
He fucking us up. We need to do. All right, coach, blah, blah, blah. He brings some more pieces in for us next year. A lot of guys that was with us the year before, a couple of them going, we bring some new pieces in that helps our situation, helps our team, that fits with our team. We gelled immediately. We bond immediately from the gate. Everybody understood their role from the gate because he explained it to them from the beginning of the season. Listen, this is what you're going to be doing. This is what you're going to be doing. This is what I need you to do. You understand me? So we had the game plan from the gate my senior year going in. We started off from the gate like, 15-0, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. We ranked now in the country. We're like top 10 in the country now. We rank. So we starting to get the publicity. We starting to get noticed now. But we also starting to play basketball the right way now. You know what I'm saying? Winning basketball. Not how we was playing last year when everybody was like, everybody's really for themselves. Let me go get my numbers. Let me go get this. Let me get this. Motherfuckers really wasn't trying to win. Motherfuckers were worrying about individual shit more than winning. So once we understood that, my second year, we just made a real strong run that lasted all the way to the Final Four in the NCAA. That I felt as though we really got cheated that game, but it is what it is. Politics as usual.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we had a real strong run my senior year.
Shout out Coach though for trusting in his guys too. A lot of coaches don't do that. The Eagles coming away.
What's Coach's name again?
Shout out Joe Hopkins. Coach Joe Hopkins.
Shout out,
he was
Coach
at Mount
Hopkins.
Zion before I got there. Then he became head coach at Shaw University. Shout out to Joe Hopkins for sure.
Yeah, because that's important, bringing your guys in, like your star players, and just like talking to them, like, hey, like what you think that we can do to improve our team moving forward. Because at the end of the day, when the blame, when y'all lose, the blame go on you. So it's like it's shout out to the coach for bringing you in and hollering at you. You know what I mean, getting shit together.
I mean, the thorough thing about it though, that he really did, that he explained to everybody know, let everybody know, listen, everything's going through flip. This is what we're doing. We run it everything through flip. Now, either you're gonna be with it or you're not. Play your part, or you know what I'm saying, you gotta go.
Yeah.
But we running everything through flip. It is what it is. Everybody understood that. Everybody understood the part. You know what I'm saying? There was no jealousy involved the second year. Everybody had their own thing. We played the ball the right way. Everybody shined, though. We had 5 motherfuckers in double figures. The average in double figures.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
saying?
Everybody,
motherfucking dream.
We got 5 motherfuckers that average double figures. 6 man, 7 man right there underneath. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Let's have a team meeting. Give the basketball to flip and get the fuck out the way. That's how we gonna win this year.
I ain't gonna lie, it got to one point in our regional
flip the ball, get the
in
fuck
our
out
regional
the way.
championship game. We had a regional championship game. We just won the CIAA tournament. Now, once you win the CIAA tournament, we go to regional, start playing for nationals now.
Okay.
So in the South Regional tournament, we playing a team called Carson Newman. They was like ranked in the country too, but it was a real good team. For orders to beat them, this is send us to the Elite 8 for the NCAA Division II tournament. Now we playing them at their gym. It was 2 times we were down 15 against them. In the first half, we were down 15. Second half, we were down 15. Second time we were down 15, we called a timeout. Coach pulled me to the side. Well, he didn't pull me to the side. He pulled in front of the bench. My coach called me Blackjack. I need you to take over. He told him in the huddle, get the ball to flip and get out the way. This is the first time he really said it like that, like you said. You know what I'm saying? And then we end up coming back. We put on a run and come back and beat them to go to the Elite Eight, one of the biggest games that probably I played in college, as far as one of my best games in college. Where though, remember when I'm gonna use an example. I was with Detroit. I just left Cleveland.
Okay.
We played LeBron them next year. I was just played with Cleveland the year before. I went to Detroit the next year.
Right.
We played Brian and them in the playoff. Remember the time when Brian had scored like 29, they last 30, 25.
Yeah.
So I was with the Pistons that year. So it was one of them type performances. Like I scored like our last 25 points of the game for us to go ahead and win the game in the second half.
I remember that game because I betted on that game, so I know how that shit looked. Like I betted on Brian, my boy Brian, but yeah, so I know exactly how that shit.
Yeah, that was a crazy scenario because I was with Cleveland the year before that with Brian and them. Detroit got us out of here.
Yeah.
That following year, I signed a new contract to go with Detroit.
And then Cleveland.
Brian coming in, get busy on us, get us out of there. You know what I'm saying? Get busy on us.
I'm in the crib going crazy, bro.
Yeah, he got busy on us.
Yeah, front row seats to it, man. He was
seats to LeBron James.
He got busy too. He got busy. It was one of them joints like that.
A young LeBron James. Before we like jump into the NBA though, I definitely want to talk about like and you can tell me if these rumors are true or not. But there was rumors because like at that time when you were out there, one of my favorite college players of all time, I'm not even a Duke fan, but one of my favorite college players of all time is because that's like who kind of turned me on to college basketball is Jason Williams. Jay Will. So I know Jay Will was out there. Forte was out there, right? When you was out.
North Carolina.
Yeah, up at North Carolina. Who was at North Carolina State?
North Carolina State, Julius Hyde.
You see what I mean? Like
tough.
At that time, North Carolina was rocking. It was rocking, and it was word that like they used to have like open runs in the summertime with a bunch of college players, and you was getting over on guys. Like you was out there, going Philly on them. I'm gonna say, is that true?
Everybody that played at them Division I schools knew who Flip Murray was. I'm gonna just say that.
Gotcha.
NC State, we went to go play pickup. North Carolina and Dean Center went to go play pickup, and Duke, we really didn't play against that many Duke players.
Okay.
NC State, North Carolina players, though, we played against them. I didn't play against them until we played into a pro-am. North Carolina got a pro-am.
Okay.
That brings all their players. It's a great pro-am. Great pro-am. That's how I got a chance to play against everybody that was at the D1s and all that down there, the big name. Right. We had a pro-am down there that we used to play in during the summer. That's how I got familiar with everybody. Everybody got familiar with me as far as that. But as far as my senior year, it was comparison between me and Jason Williams. I could show you articles. I got articles still in the house. Who's the best guard in North Carolina right now?
That's
Flip Murray.
Yo, you talking about Duke?
Yeah,
it's a big difference.
Jason Williams player of the year is
he was him for the most.
Like I said, it was compared. I can show you news clips. I can show you papers. Write-ups. Who's the best player in North Carolina right now? Flip Murray or Jason Williams? So it's a lot of comparison with us while we're down there. And the thing is about it, now how the HBCUs and stuff, they play Shaw, North Carolina play them stuff now.
Yeah.
We sent an invite to every school out there to play them. North Carolina, NC State, Duke, North Carolina A&T, all the big-time schools out there, we was trying to get an exhibition game against them. None on one player.
It's a reason for that.
Right. Like, you got to think, we had a bunch of D1 players that, fucked up somewhere on the way with grades and shit like that. Grades and shit fucked up.
Right.
But official D1 players, you know what I'm saying? So this was our squad. This was what our squad was based off of. So we had players that could compete with them. We wanted to play them. Our coach sent the invite out immediately.
Yeah.
Like I said, one thing he knew how to do, that business side of the thing, marketing us and putting us out there, that was his thing. You know what I mean? He tried to get us to play every school out there. None of them would accept us to play at that time that year. But then as soon as we leave, then they playing the exhibition games against Shaw, the Dukes, and North Carolina, stuff like that.
Right.
But we wanted that smoke. We wanted the action. We wanted to test to see where we was at. Fuck that. Let's lace it up with these and see what it is.
It's really real. Like,
they get scared to fucking lose and all that.
Right. We wanted that action. We wanted to play against them for real. And they knew that because we played against them in the summer at the program, so they knew who we were.
Right.
Ain't like they didn't know who he was.
They wasn't trying to big
time. No, that's exactly why they play y'all because they knew.
Yeah, the politics come in now. Like, all right,
we
do Shaw University.
Risk our wages
but we trust me. When I say we sent the invite to every school out there, we wanted to play them. Nothing personal for them. We wanted action to get them done.
Because those games be money games, so they're like, we're going to pay a team to come lose.
Yes.
They're like, play Shaw and lose.
Exactly.
You don't need that.
No, you don't need that headache.
Michigan Appalachian State. So that shit flipped over on them.
Right.
So
that's how big.
2002 Flip. You heard your name called in the NBA draft. Like, what was that moment like, and what was some memories of that draft like?
You got to think at the time when it happened during the draft. I actually just came back from doing a workout. I had to do 17 NBA pre-draft workouts prior to the draft. I come home was it the day before the draft? Let me see, the draft was on a Thursday. I come back from doing my last workout on a Monday, I think. My agent called me and said, one more team want to work you out. I want to do a workout with you with San Antonio. I had to leave, fly back out to go back out to San Antonio to do one more workout. So I come back home the day of the draft. It was the day of the draft or the day before. Probably was the day before the draft. I come back home. After just doing all the workouts, stuff like that. You know, at the time my agent was Arn Tellin, he was one of the best agents in the game at that time. He had Kobe, T-Mac, he had all of them. So he tells me, San Antonio want to do one workout with you, go knock it out, come back. They thinking about drafting. At the time, San Antonio had 27 pick at that time. I go work out for him, workout went good, I come back home. Now it's draft, so I'm going back and forth on the phone. My agent, all right, now just be patient. We're gonna see what it is. You might get picked up here. The first offer he told me I might get picked up was San Antonio. They had the 27th or 29th pick. However, they took John Simons that pick from Philly.
Yeah,
John Simons actually got picked at that pick right there. So he like, no, just be patient. We think we got somewhere where you're gonna be locked in at. At the time, Milwaukee had a scout or somebody that was working with them named Tim Gergovich. Now, at the time when I was at my agent, we used to work out in Santa Monica. This is where I met Matt Barnes and all of them. That's why I found out when we started working out pre-draft. This was before the draft came. We used to just go out Santa Monica, work out. We all had the same agent. So he was out there actually working us out, doing the workouts, conducting workouts. And, you know, I used to have a lot of one-on-one time with him. Mm-hmm. And he used to, like, explain to me, like, I'm telling you where you can be big at this league defensively. I mean, so he used to push me to try to be a better defender and work defensively. Like, I'm telling you, remind me so much of Gary Payton, the way you see, the way you move and how you, you know, your size and how you slide and stuff, like you remind me of Gary Payton. So he actually worked for Milwaukee at the time. So me and him got real close. So when the draft come, my agent called me like, yeah, Milwaukee's going to take you at 42. So at the time when they said it, it didn't come on the screen. I had a big party at the crib. So I had a family, friends, everybody was at the crib and everybody. Channel 6 was there. Everybody was there at the house. So at the time, I was outside. I wasn't even in the crib. We was outside doing whatever we was doing outside. But it came up like after the commercial.
Yo, I was going to speak on this. I was going to be like, because that was my memory of it.
It came up like after the commercial.
That's 2002. I'm in 8th grade. But Mansion, if you know, we got a middle school.
Right.
So that's a really good year for Strawberry Mansion. So our middle school team, we won the championship. Reese Rice and them won it in the pub.
Right.
Flip getting drafted. That's a really good year for Mansion. Yeah. And I'm never going to forget, I'm sitting in the crib like, yeah, I don't even know Flip at this time, but I'm like, yeah, big homie getting drafted. Like I feel like we all made it at this point. Yeah. And his name don't pop up. I mean, his name don't come up. I'm like, damn, when he gonna get drafted? Right. Then like the commercial go off and whatever go on, and I see his name go across. I'm like, oh, they called him. They called Flip. But I was super mad because I was just like, yo, what happened? They went on like that's what happened with commercial break.
It was like the commercial break. You know, everybody else when they calling me, go up there, David Stern announce who the team gonna take, whatever. But it was like real rap. He ain't lying. It was commercial break, yo. And then it just came back. 42nd pick, Milwaukee takes Ronald Flip Murray. You know what I'm saying? So at the time my agent called me, whatever, everybody going crazy. My mind, my whole family, everybody going crazy. Everybody was like happy for the fact that I got drafted and stuff like
Philly,
that.
we made it. We outside. Right. Let's go.
Yeah, it was a good feeling because I was around, you know, I was around a whole bunch of love. I was around my family and friends, all the close people that I really, really knew. So at the time, that was love for me to hear my name get drafted. But I knew personally how I go that I wasn't really on the team yet.
Yeah.
Gotcha. My name got drafted, but I wasn't on the team yet. I still got to go make a team. So that's what really, really like pushed me and motivated me to do what I needed to do to go make this team. So I don't know if y'all want to jump right into the NBA stuff now, but I was
for sure.
At the time I get drafted, you know, we got to go to Summer League now. So at the time back then when I was playing Summer League, I was in Milwaukee. We played in Orlando first and then Atlanta. Orlando and then Atlanta was the two summer leagues we played in for Milwaukee. So at the time I didn't make a team. I'm not on the team yet. So you know I gotta still go put on for I gotta make the team. Had a great summer league. averaged like 25. Atlanta, we went undefeated, and we might have lost one game. But I averaged like 25 in Atlanta, John. And after that, John was over, they signed me immediately. They signed me to a 2-year deal immediately. So that solidified my spot that I was in the league now with Milwaukee. But I still had to go out, do good in them two summer leagues and try to make the team.
So once you signed that deal, you knew like, all right, it's lit now. Like I'm in.
Yeah, it's official. Once I signed my deal, that's when I knew it was official. Once I signed the paper, that's when I knew I'm officially in now.
And what was your adjustment period like? Just from college to the pros, just going through like the summer league and then like preseason, all that type of stuff. Like, what was the adjustment period like for you? Like, was it kind of like a smooth transition, or was it like some bumps along the road?
No, just a different pace of the game. It was a different pace of the game playing the league. Everything was 24-second shot clock now, so everything is a little faster now. You got to get into your sets a little faster. Just understanding the pace and the players of the NBA, how the game go. That was the biggest adjustment for me. I didn't play that much my rookie year. I played here and there, like I said, a couple games might be blowing people out, or we might have been getting blown out. He'd throw me in. He never threw me in no real life, serious game. But I did play a couple games. But like you said, we learned from our practices how to play the game as we played against the vets. You got to think my vet class was crazy in Milwaukee. I had Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, Kevin Ollie, Michael Red, rest in peace, my OG, Anthony Mason, Jay Caffey, Irvin Johnson, who was a real like big brother with us. As far as just teaching us the business side of the game, not even basketball, just teaching us the business side of basketball, how to be professional. You got to do this, such and such when you go to certain places and stuff like that. And then us playing against them, we came in with 5 rookies. We had 5 rookies that year.
Yeah,
so we was a whole second unit in practice. It was us. We had 5. It was 5 of us. You know what I'm saying? So that was our game. Only 2 of them really was getting playing minutes that rookie year. That was their first round pick Marcus Hayslip that played at Tennessee, who they drafted first, and then Dan Gazarick that played at UCLA. They was like getting significant minutes for their freshman. Rookie year. I didn't get that many minutes, but we used to take practice, like I said, as our games. As we used to go against them in practice and stuff like that. So learning from them, just talking with especially Sam, my man. Shout out Sam Cassell.
Shout out Sam Cassell, OG.
Learning a lot of jewels from him. He gave me a lot of jewels on the game. Just the understanding of the game and stuff like that. Finding your places, finding your spots to score and stuff like that. He was a master at that. And just going against them. Oh, shout out T5. My bad. Tim Thomas too. Tim Thomas was
for sure.
Shout out T5. Yeah, for sure.
You ain't run across them in high school?
No.
No, that's crazy.
T5 came out 96 with Kobe,
Yeah.
Rip and all them came out 97, but we didn't play them in high school.
Gotcha.
We played them in Conshohocken tournament.
That's what I mean. It's just like
Conshohocken, not high school, but
Conshohocken. Like run into them like younger days. I know you had to run into them.
They beat you.
No, so you ever seen the highlights of Tim Thomas in high school?
I ain't seen a lot of them.
I'm talking about
I seen
the little bit I seen. That's all I needed to see.
Yeah, he was different.
Man child.
Young boys used to come up there, man.
He was different. It was different.
Tim Thomas went number 1, right? No,
he's number 5, I think.
Yeah, he ended up number 2 in 97. No, I'm sorry, in 96. He was number. He was throughout their whole career. He was the number 1 player, and then Kobe jumped him like as they were going into 12th grade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's a story about that. But just talking about some of your NBA days. Obviously, you talked about your Milwaukee days, but I want to talk about some of them Seattle Sonic days. So, it was a real high moment in my life,
right,
and low moment. So I'll say this: I just want to know, like, how did you feel about it? Obviously, they call him Jesus Shuttlesworth. Ray Allen was the guy. He was the franchise player there, but ended up getting hurt. So like 20, 25 games. Flip started. When Flip starting, he's like top 5 in the league and scoring. He going crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm talking, he going crazy. Like he crossing people up, he dunking on people, knocking down the J, just scoring at a high level. And like what I'm telling you is, if he would have stayed in that in that role, definitely an NBA All-Star that year. Like definitely, like hands down, easy. But we all know it's a business. So then Ray Allen, come back, and now you got to sit back down. And my question always been like, just like anybody else, especially people from Philadelphia, and I'm pretty sure people from Seattle, like yo, how come they couldn't start both of y'all? Like what was that? Was like, oh, it's not enough basketballs to go around, or is it like we don't think they match together, or like what was that? Because I was just like, all right, Ray Allen back, but all right, just start flip at the point and just have Ray Allen. I just never got that. Like, what happened? What was your feelings on that? Like, just talk to me.
Politics as usual.
Got you.
All right.
Got you.
Hope said it best.
Gotcha.
They couldn't have Flip O'Shawn and Ray Allen.
Politics as usual.
Especially we playing him, we paying him.
We can't have that.
X, Y, and Z.
I ain't got to explain. Y'all know how that game goes. It definitely wasn't because I couldn't be out there and ball with him.
Yeah.
You know that wasn't the reason.
No, for sure.
You know that wasn't the reason. So what's the other reason?
Yeah.
That's just
politics as usual. Cause
I'm telling you, like I used to be like I said, it was a high moment for me, like, because you gotta think it wasn't like it was something that was like leading into it. Like Flip said, like, didn't play much at Milwaukee. Then boom, like, because that was the beginning of the season when Ray Allen was hurt. So boom, just like that, it's just like it will go from not playing much to damn, he could be an all-star. Like Flip is outside, like
shelf him again.
And it's just that just never. That never sat well with me.
You gotta think the momentum, even the build up to that, me even getting the starting spot at that time. I just came back. We just got traded from Milwaukee. I was part of that him and Gary Payton trade.
Right.
So I was part of that trade that summer. We got out to Seattle. I actually hired me a personal trainer to start working out. Just to get stronger, just get more physical and stuff like that. Going to Summer League now this year with Seattle. Now we playing in West Coast Summer League. It's Utah, then Vegas.
Got you.
Again, Summer League, I'm getting busy. I got busy in the Vegas joint. I'm talking about I didn't put up 40-point games, 30-point games in Summer League, stuff like that. So that really like building on to the upcoming year. Now the team really see that, all right, Flip and go for real.
Right.
I might have a chance to, get some menace, sneak some menace in here and there.
Right.
So training camp coming along, training camp going great. I feel as though at that time, I probably was in the best shape of my life at that time. Coming into that season by me hiring a personal trainer and stuff like that, eating right, like on a regular now, as far as the physical intake for my body and stuff like that. But I felt it myself, like, all right, this probably gonna be a good year for me.
Yeah.
Going into training camp, we get the word that Ray hurt. He get hurt, Ray might be out. 2 months probably the most. So at the time, you already know I'm doing my math. All right, shit, who next? I'm looking around like, all right, this such and such at the 2.
All right.
Joe Forte at the 2. I'll be busting his ass right. All right, I'm like, all right, damn, it ain't really. It got to be me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm approaching it to that. So now we go into training camp. I'm like with the first unit now. I'm playing with the first unit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the first unit squads and practice and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, maybe this nigga really gonna throw me in. He gonna throw me in the fire. Then again, his name is Millen. I'm like, you never know how it's going with the upstairs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nate probably did want to play me at the time, but you never know what upstairs wanted to happen. You know what I'm saying? That they got the total say so what's gonna happen. So once they finally did put me in the first game, we started off that year. We was in Japan. We had 2 exhibition games. We started off the season in Japan against the Clippers.
Okay.
So we out Tokyo with it. He threw me in the star lineup. First game I come out at 21, something like that. Somewhere around that number. Shot fishing from the floor, like a 9-15 game or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Real fishing game. You know what I'm saying? Real solid game. We played them again in another exhibition game. I don't think it was the next day. We probably had a day off. Then we played them again. Come back. Charles Lewis had 50 this game. I'm still in there with a quiet 25. You know what I mean?
Quiet 25.
Yeah.
That's quiet that night because Char scored 50 that night. You know what I'm saying? He had 50 that night. I'll never forget that
shit up like
Charles Lewis scored 50 that game. So at the season, as that go on, we go back, whatever. Now I'm in the starting lineup now. Now I'm at the point now, like, all right, I could just be me now. I could just play comfortably now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to worry about me looking over my back because now they have to play me. There's no me coming out, or if I make a mistake or something. You know how they be on the bullshit. You make a turnover, they want to pull you out of the hoop and shit. I mean, no. Now I can play now. You
back 16th Street now again.
I can just play my game. I ain't got to rush for me like try to score and put points up now just so I can be put back in the game. No, I can just let the game come to me now. That's how I start being. It start being comfortable. And like I tell people all the time, everybody in the league can score. everybody.
Yeah.
It's all about who gets the opportunity to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody in the league can score.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be there if they could score. But if you get the opportunity, the proper opportunity, that's how you rise to be superstar, stuff like that. That's all the position you put in. And at the time, I was put in a position where though I could just go out there and just play. And as a result, you see, I was top 5 in the league. I mean, I was top 5 in the league in scoring.
Yeah, I'll never forget, man. I think it might have been 06 or 05, 06. And I was playing with Team Philly at the time. My old head Reem, school bus Reem had these white, green, and yellow Adidas Pro models with flip 22 on the side.
With me all the time.
Reem,
I got this.
Y'all went to Roosevelt together, right?
He gave me them sneaks, and I'm like, yeah, this my man sneaks. Had flip 22, and I went back to school, told everybody I knew flip. That's my old head in the league. I've never met this guy in my life. Shout out to Reem.
Reem, shout out Reem. Your nut ass Reem, shout out Reem.
Reem, oh man, I just say Reem. Reem was at the run. I seen him yesterday at the run.
Yeah, that's my guy.
So in the league, speaking of you on the league, man, rest in peace, one of the GOATs, Kobe Bryant.
Right.
You crossed over Kobe Bryant and made Bron stumble. Speak on those moments, like touch on it a little bit.
From North, cousin, you already know.
Yeah.
Right.
I got them on the island. You know what I got to do.
Yeah.
I can hear Nate Price and I fuck him up. You already know. You know what I mean? I can hear him in the back going, fuck him up. You know what I mean? So you already know. Once I get them, I find one of them on the island. You know, I'm trying to hit them with my shit. You already know. You know what I mean?
Got to.
I had a chance to actually, when we played in the rookie-sophomore game, I had a chance to catch Brown on a break. I caught him in transition. You know what I mean? So I ain't know if he's gonna really be able to go for it. And I was like, fuck, let me see if I can hit him with something real quick.
First Reese, then Flip.
Yeah.
I hate these mansion niggas like that.
So let me see if I can hit him with a little quick little John. So I came on the transition, hit him with a little quick John, hitting. You see him stumble, so I pull up fast as shit. Cause I'm like, damn, if I don't, I mean, if he recover, he gonna throw this shit. He gonna block it. He's 6'9". So I mean, I was able to hit him with a little crossover, then hit a J on him for real. So
Y'all know I'm a heavy Bron guy. So let's talk about crossing the shit out of Kobe more. So
That's my GOAT, man. Kobe,
y'all know I'm a Bron guy. So I
know the crazy shit though.
Kobe guy. Rest in peace to the GOAT.
I ain't gonna lie.
Who's more skilled?
No.
Because y'all want to do that better shit. No, who is a more skilled player?
Who's the better basketball player?
Who's the better basketball
Who's the better
player,
basketball
bro?
player?
Come on, man.
As far as all around or skill?
All around.
All around.
Both. Can we get both? Can we get both?
I'm trying to win the basketball game.
Can we get both?
When guys like Mike say skill, that means that's
Can we get both? Can we get both?
Y'all know who my number 2 is. It's Kobe all day. There ain't no rap.
Who your number 1? Jordan?
MJ.
Yeah, they the guys. They the most skilled players ever.
I mean, that's his opinion.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I be telling people, but people could go back and forth. Motherfuckers got their own opinion.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody, don't mean it's official, everybody had their own opinion about the situation. You know what I'm saying? I look at the game a totally different way.
Right.
I look at it far as game-wise. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. I'm with you.
Game-wise. Cole, come on, man. You say it's Cole stupid. He's stupid skilled, man. Footwork, scoring ability.
Yo, chill on that.
Who's the better basketball player?
Basketball player is all around. It's 2 different positions. Brian more to me is like a guard, point guard. You know what I'm saying? Point forward. He's looking to facilitate, but he also can go get a bucket transitionally. Skilled, like, get the fuck out the way. Let me go get a bucket. We need a bucket. Come on, like, stop it.
But part of skill is like passing and all that.
It is. They both great players. They both great players to me.
Brian averaged more points, more efficient from the field, averaged more points total, got more points.
I'm not one of them players that go off stats. I look at game. I'm not one of the players that go off stats, numbers, and all that shit. You can do it with anybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that. That's not just me personally. I'm not that type of player. I'm all who got the game. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no.
And best way, he's not downplaying Bron.
At all. No, I'm not downplaying Bron.
How far is Bron from Jordan? You seen both. How far is Bron from Jordan?
Forrest.
As being the GOAT and like the greatest ever. Like how far is that? Is it?
They both could be considered GOAT. Y'all got the Bron body of work is crazy. Let's not get that twisted. His body of work is crazy for what he does. You know, as far as points, as far as assists, rebounding, what he does all around the game, and who he is as a player, he's going to be noted as a GOAT for sure. But Jordan in his era was, you know what I mean? He did what he did. You know what I mean?
He was just so much to me. He was just so much more dominant, man. Mike was
LeBron?
People could have this argument all day. People could have this argument all day long. It's going to go back and forth back. You know why? All 3 of them are great players for us. I mean, all 3 of them are great players to me. All of them.
I'm a diehard Bron fan, but when I secretly, what Jordan did is amazing. Like even with the scoring total, the 3 back-to-back championships, come back 3 more. And he would have averaged more if he ain't played with the Wizards. Mike's body of work was kind of crazy.
So this is my argument with that, though.
It's crazy.
But I didn't see a lot of that live, though.
We know that because they say, like, LeBron is, him and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, like, the two best players to ever come out of high school. Like, they talk about that.
Yeah.
So we know younger days, Bron was better than Jordan. And then obviously older days.
What you mean by younger days, though?
I'm just saying, like, Jordan was still in college.
When Jordan hit the league, he averaged 28 as a rookie. That's different.
At that point,
I'm just saying.
Bron was the third or fourth year, and we know
averaging probably 28.
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying young. So I'm saying now they old. We all know that Bron is a better player than MJ, 39, 40. So that gives you the in between.
Yeah. Taking that time off, though, it means something.
Let me say this. Flip, you played with Bron. Was Bron thorough off the court?
Always.
He was.
That man, his whole entourage, all of them was thorough. Rich.
Got you.
Yeah, and I heard
Mav, Randy, all of them was thorough. All of them showed love. To this day, they still show love when I seen them. I just seen them when I was coaching at I was actually coaching his son, Bronny, at the pre-draft combine.
How was that?
That shit was love. It was love.
Yeah, y'all beat my boy J.E. Yeah. That was one of the first games. We were just talking about that up at the Rump.
I had the chance to coach the young fellas in the pre-draft combine, and I seen Brian actually after the second game we played. I was actually doing an interview with the Philadelphia Inquirer. Philadelphia Inquirer's out there. They pulled me to the side. Look, we want to do an interview with you real quick. Now, as I'm doing the interview, Brian walked behind me, him, Randy, and all them walked by. He stopped the interview, said what's up to me, showed me some love.
That's love.
You know what I mean, what's up? That's that name, you know what I'm saying? So,
shout out to my guy Brian. All right, that was music to my ears.
No, they always been legend. Ever since I got to Cleveland, they always been thorough. All of them. I mean, him, his mom, everybody, his whole family, everybody always been thorough since I've been there. All of them show love. And like I told you, to this day, they still show it if I bump into them or see them. They always been love. They always been 100.
So during your time in the league, man, like what was your go-to tunes, like the music that you was like playing kind of to get you ready for your game? Kiss. That's your guy?
All day. Kiss.
Yo, you playing for Mansion, was you like a heavy Diamond District guy?
No. I know about them, though, but I wasn't a heavy Diamond District guy.
No.
I mean, I used to bump their shit all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
I wasn't, I was Kiss. I've been Kiss since Kiss came out.
Kiss.
So you guys, anybody about me, they'll let
Kiss
you know.
guy.
Kiss, man. I mean, Kiss that's my guy. Kiss and was an X after that.
Yeah. So speaking of Kiss, then, so when him and Beans was going at it, I mean, hometown guy, like, what was your allegiance at? Just on the rap side of it.
They was going at each other, both of them.
Who won?
No
Who
bias.
won in your opinion? Yeah, who won?
I don't know. Who won. I ain't gonna say one. I don't know. I mean,
Siegel won to me hands down.
Siegel won, but I think Kiss over Siegel. But Siegel won.
Kiss is over Siegel on your all-time list.
Yeah, all time.
Not albums, but bar for bar.
I think I think
I gave it a draw. I'm gonna say that I gave it a draw.
Yeah,
Kiss better bar for bar.
I gave it a
draw.
Albums. I gave it a draw.
That's the cop out. If you had to pick a heads or tails, Kiss or Beans.
Far as what?
Who won the war?
I said it was a draw.
No, the
Beans
coin
a
ain't
better
landing.
I said it was a draw.
Beans a better rapper.
Yo,
I'm gonna die on that hill.
because I know we like kind of wrapping up. I just want to talk to you more so. Like we talked about, some of your NBA career. Like obviously, you played at Cleveland. Also, what was the two teams I missed in the beginning? Was it Wizards?
No.
Run them down.
Chicago.
Chicago. We didn't say Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, who else did you miss? I'm gonna just tell you, I played with Milwaukee. Went to Milwaukee to Seattle, Seattle to Cleveland, Cleveland to Detroit, Detroit to Indiana, Indiana to Atlanta, Atlanta to Charlotte, Charlotte to Chicago.
It might have been Charlotte.
It was Orlando.
I
didn't play for Orlando.
No, it was Charlotte. And
Charlotte.
I think.
Charlotte.
I think.
I played with Charlotte and I played with Chicago. That was my last two teams. Played with 8 different teams.
Got you. So, obviously, things transition after the NBA. That got you. So first, I'm gonna say, I want to ask, just more so like a personal question, like, Flip, are you a girl? Are you a girl's dad? Like, do you got a son, or are you like all girls?
4 girls.
4 girls.
4 girls.
Are you? Yeah, I mean, I only got 1 girl, but I only got 1 kid. So I'm officially a girl.
4 girls.
But are you like on like? Do you want to see them play basketball? Or are you like kind of like nah?
No, they are. Honestly, I used to be like that, but I was never gonna force that on them.
Gotcha.
I never wanted to force them on them. Actually, I have a 22-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old.
Okay.
All of them do their own sport. Well, my 22-year-old, she started off when she was in high school, she did cheerleading and stuff like that, so she's not really into sports like that. My 17-year-old's track star. She runs track. She's 100, 200 track. Ran the Penn relays last year and everything. My 9-year-old does gymnastics. My 5-year-old swims. She does swimming. So they all do their own thing. My 5-year-old actually a year ago asked me to buy a court.
Okay.
Actually bought her a basketball court. She actually goes out there and shoot on the court.
Gotcha.
I actually could show you video when she was about 2. I had to have to do like when she first started walking. I had to have to do like the defensive slides around the house. So she'd be doing defensive slides around the house.
Yeah, that's like slides.
So I used to be like, damn, maybe my baby girl might want to play ball, but I'm not going to force her on it. But she comes to me often like, Daddy, I want to do ball. But if she wants to do it, then I'm gonna push her if she want to do it. But like the time, she's still 5-year-old, so she don't really know if that's what she want to do yet. But swimming, I know she wants to do because she has a passion for it. She been jumping in the pool since she was 2 years old.
Okay. So
swimming is what she want to do. My 9-year-old does gymnastics, and my 17-year-old does track.
Gotcha.
So they all got their own sport. It's just what they want to do. So they still, in the sports world.
And just like, I'm just pissed I didn't get to my Kurt Heinrich. Like when Flip dunked on Kurt Heinrich, that shit was nasty, bro.
Hey man, we got a second. Talk to us about the dunk on Kurt, man.
You gotta think about it. It wasn't nothing personal against ball.
It looked like it. You
right. You gotta think about it.
You was mad as shit afterwards.
You're just like, man, I just dunked on.
You gotta think about it. We in the playoff. We getting the shit beat out of us. We in the playoff. We down like 15 to him. So he bring me on the bench. Bring energy. All right, the fuck, I gotta hype my boys up or something. You know what I'm saying? So if I catch a body like that, we gotta hype the crowd up. We in Chicago already, so I gotta bring some type of energy to the game. You know what I'm saying? Me doing that, hopefully
you like a pussy, or you was like, get the fuck up.
I'm not into that.
Get up, old man. Like,
I'm not into all that.
No,
I mean,
okay.
that's the thing. You get dunked on, nigga, you get stared down.
Yeah,
it's simple as that. You get stared down, nigga.
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple, but it wasn't nothing personal. He made it personal afterwards once it happened. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying
he said his little whatever. He said his little whatever afterwards. But you know what I mean? He tried to make it personal, but for me, it was just the heat of the moment thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, body bag. But yeah, just talk to us about like some of the motion you got going on now. Just like as we ending off, like some of the stuff that you got going on with yourself. As far as I know, you coaching the NBA Combine this year. I know you were coaching high school recently. What's next for Flip?
Flip is in the NBA coaching program right now that ends in about another 2 weeks. I've been in it since December. It was an 8-month program. This allows us to learn the technology of the NBA that they're using for our coaching with scouting and game planning and stuff like that.
Right.
Teaching us the inside and the outside of that part of the game. Once this is over in 2 weeks, I'll then start going for interviews as far as jobs, as far as next year, as far as playing the NBA, whether it's the G League or the NBA, either or. Okay. I don't know exactly where I might land. I don't know exactly if I'm going to land, but it is what it is.
Right.
I got this under my resume now that helps me as far as me getting a coaching job going upstairs. So hopefully I will be on somebody's bench next year as far as coaching. That's what I'm shooting for. That's what I'm in the program for. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now.
That's super dope, super dope.
Sure,
if you could just give just some gems, some advice to some of the young guys, like the young high school, college players, you know what I mean, who have the dreams, aspirations of making it to the NBA, kind of just like, what they need to do. Just kind of a little short summary, if you could.
Stay off social media for one.
Mm-hmm.
Work on your game consistently.
Yeah, get in that gym.
Stay in the gym. Stay in the gym.
Hard work
I'm telling you, stay in the gym. If you do it now while you're young, it becomes easy for you while you're young right now. It's not work right now.
All right, build them habits.
It's something you enjoy. It's something you're going to build up muscle memory. You'll build up. If you do it now, it's going to come way more easier for you once you get older, once you start getting into college and stuff like that, and then starting to go play pro. It's going to come way more easier if you start now while you're young. So at a young age, start on your craft, build on your craft now, stay in that gym. Don't really take too much of this social media stuff personal because it's going to start fucking with your mind and head, stuff like that. Just stay in the gym and be committed to what you want to do as far as your craft.
Yeah, real shit.
So just like to thank you for, coming through, Flip. Like I said, it's probably LeBron James, and then for me, me personally, LeBron James, and then
Flip Murray.
I ain't talking about no feeling, no. Just I'm talking about as a basketball player. Like Flip, no, just like he's just
that's my your pop was my OG.
Yeah, shout out my guy.
I've been knowing this spot since I was in middle school. They used to be fucking us up in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Then once I went to Mansion, he ended up getting a job over at Mansion, so that's my OG. Shout out to your pop, man. Stan, that's my OG.
Shout out to Papa Stan, man.
So just really, let's give it up for Flip, man.
Yeah, man, really appreciate you, Flip, man.
A legend, like I'm talking about down to earth, Mr. Low Key disrespectful, dunk when you cross the shit out you.
Shit, man, not too many niggas got Brian and Kobe on there, man.
For sure.
Checked off.
No, and then he do it in the street, and he do it, you know.
Yeah, man, they saying you might pop out tonight at the Rump. You mean that's what they saying?
Yo, before we go,
I remember Flip Rump days.
I think this is 2013 Arcadia days with the Rump.
Mm-hmm.
So Flip had came out there, had a shaky day. This is Flip we talk about. So the whole crowd is going crazy. Damn, Flip. I'm talking man, I came out here for Flip. So I missed the next day of the Rump. I'm so mad at that. And shout out to the Rump because the chip game is today. We got FOE versus
Rump Center.
Rump Center.
Should be a beautiful
but
game.
I'm never gonna forget. I'm getting that phone call. Yo, Flip down here. He look like fucking LeBron James right now, bro. He's snapping. He's snapping on these niggas out right now. So I just wanted to give that shout out because, you know, shout out to my boy Mike, Reef.
Yeah.
Aaron, you know, the whole Rump camp.
Yeah.
Definitely shout out to Danny Rump, rest in peace. Shout out Cole, obviously, rest in peace. Shout out Sue Butler.
Rest in peace.
For sure. Just want to just give, like, do you got anything to say as far as talking about that tournament before we get out of here? Or because I just know that's part of like your legacy, like, you know, Flip done turned the Rump out quite a few times.
Busy Mallory Rump. That might have been like 2000.
Yeah, you got that. We started. I was actually part of the first one.
Okay.
They had when it started in Mallory, and continued to play each year as it went on until I finally got me a chip. Then I was like, I'm cool. And man, I'm gonna let the young boys have it. I'm gonna get out of the way. But one of these young boys try to put me on something go viral. But no, what Mike and them doing, as far as what they doing, as far as Danny, bringing awareness to everybody about what happened with his situation and stuff like that, and to watch it go from where they started at to where he's at now, is a big accomplishment for what he's doing. What he's doing for the community, as far as the basketball world, and then just for what he's doing for Danny and his family, and you know, the tragic loss that he took, far as, you know,
Danny was
whatever the court, and he was a player. I mean, he really was a player. And what they doing to keep his legacy going is big time for it.
Yeah,
and
19.
like we tell him all the time, anything we can do to be a part of, anything we do to help to be a part of, I'm always with it.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. So once again, thank you for coming through, Flip. Like I said, this is like a dream type of interview for me. I appreciate y'all joining us, Rare and Mike. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. Once again,
When it's only.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Like I always say,
podcast.
Flip is like a true definition of that. That, you know, win is win, the end. Thank y'all for coming through.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Flip, so what was your last year in the league?
2010.
So you